What up? What up? What up? This is RJ Fantasy Football Talk. You know what it is. And we back, people. There's a bunch of news up there. You know what it is. Hey, I'm
Hey.
riding this J. I'm just glad to be back, man. Lord, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I mean, especially when the Raiders. I'm gonna talk about it early. When the
Oh
Raiders are
gosh.
killing this all season, we've improved
Yeah.
the defense. They've improved the offensive line enough. They got players. The biggest one, the one everybody knows, Devontae Adams. Over there, reconnecting with Derek Carr. It's gonna be a monster year for the Las Vegas Raiders. So y'all better be
Hey,
ready. I'm gonna be talking
I
mess the whole time.
I'm not mad at you, man, because
Yes.
that pickup was a. We called it though. We did
Yeah.
call it. We talked about it earlier, like
We
earlier,
talked
like
about this last season
yeah.
because the
We talked
rumors
it
were
up.
the rumors were already starting that Derek Carr was gonna be hitting his boy up constantly because everybody knew he was gonna be a free agent and there was a good chance he was not gonna stay with the Packers. So they got it done.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this, and we're gonna talk more about it.
Yeah. Just a preview. Just a preview.
Just a preview, but we're gonna talk. I got some words for Aaron Rodgers because that's I blame it on him. But
Yeah, yeah.
we will talk about it. We will talk about it. But we got news, man. We got a bunch of news, man. We just
This
gonna talk. Let's just
this whole
talk, man.
show is news today.
Let's put it old. Let's go old school, man. Let's just talk, man. How we used to talk, man. Let's just go,
Yeah.
man. Let me give y'all a little secret how we formed this thing. When we used to be in the room after drafts, man, we should spend hours, man, just talking about the draft. So we just gonna talk, man. We gonna talk. So let's start it off, man. Let's start it off with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers got a new contract, fresh new contract, $50 million
50
a
mil.
year. And I'm gonna say this: I blame the Adams going to the Raiders on
Yeah.
him
Partially.
because
Yeah.
he knew what he was doing. He knew he had coming to the table. You know they was $49 million over the cap, and they couldn't afford it. He should have came in and said, "Look, because Tom Brady only making $11 million this year towards the cap, so you should have been like, look, man, just give me 25 million, get the rest of Devontae, because we need him. You only worry about yourself. That's all you care about. That's his fault. I blame that totally on him. Now they gonna go out there with some no-name receivers and start losing games. So I'm like, and I'm glad for Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams grown. He was a man about it and said, look, I don't want to play with you. I see your tactics. I see what you're doing. I ain't feeling that. So at the end of the day, I'm bouncing. I'm gone. I want to play with my homeboy. I can dig that.
I can feel you in the fact that Aaron Rodgers definitely sucked all the money out of Green
Yeah.
Bay. However, I think they were at risk of losing him to begin with. Because as Devontae Adams said, he's been a Raiders fan. He said, in his own words, it's a dream to play for the Raiders and to hook up with his boy from Fresno State. I think Devontae Adams pretty much knew from the beginning he was gone out of the pack out of Green Bay. But yeah, if there was any chance of him staying, it would have taken Aaron Rodgers and let's restructure in a way that's team friendly, like people say that Tom Brady's done for years in order to keep talent. But hey, it's about the dollars, and
Well, look, all he cared about is winning MVPs, and that's a me award. It's not a team award. That's a me award. So at the end of the day,
but
he ain't winning no
you got to have the
chips.
right team to get an MVP award, and I don't
Exactly.
think he's getting one this year. At least not. Hey, Adam Lazard, how high is he on your list?
Not high at all. I tell you that. He can't make my list, so no.
and,
I'm just saying, man.
and,
At
and
the end of the day,
McCole Scanling guy, he's talking about. I think he's supposed to be visiting the Chiefs, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. So I mean, not that he was great, but they can't. They're not in a position to really lose
not
the wide
even.
receivers that they have. So
So he coming in. He coming into this year with a bunch of rookies
yeah,
and Randall Cobb, and He might as well go get Jennings out of retirement and say, "Come on and play." At least Jennings gonna play for the league minimum. I mean, you can't suck up all the salary cap, man. You sucking up all the salary cap. That's your fault. I blame that totally on him, man. And at the end of the day, he gonna be the reason why they losing. And he moved. For me, in my book, he's not a quarterback one this year. If in a 10-man league, I gotta take him out.
Here's where you're wrong.
I'm saying that.
Despite all that, he's still Aaron Rodgers. He's still top 10. Hey, we're going to talk about this player next. But look what Deshaun Watson did in Houston with absolutely nobody. Look what Tom Brady did for years with absolutely nobody. Because he's Aaron Rodgers, he's still Aaron. But I love the fact that you're going to get Aaron Rodgers on quite a discount for redraft leagues, I think, this year. He's dropping. I'm going
to tell you this, though. I'm going to tell you this. Yeah. I disagree with that because if you watch how Green Bay play, he only target one player. Yeah, he doesn't spread. He don't spread the ball around.
I think that, they say Davante Adams accounted for like 41% of the offense for the Packers. He has the domination stat locked down. I think, but there's actually a few players that were higher than him, but not many, not by much. But
that's what I'm saying. So if you watch again, he got to spread the ball. He got to get it to other people, and that's the thing he does. He did that in years. He don't know how to spread the football around.
He gonna learn this year.
You got to learn, like Scaly and all these other guys. Nobody's afraid of none of those guys. That's the problem. So nobody's going into that game and say, "Oh, we got to lock Scaly down." Yeah. Scaly gonna do work today. No, Scaly's not gonna do work.
That's if he's still there.
That's if he's there. Cobb and you bring 2 rookies. Nobody's scared of a rookie. You see what I'm saying? So he gonna really have to show that he can lift that team up without that Davante Adams being.
The Packers got to keep their QB, but they are in rebuilding mode. Seriously. So, they're going to have to bring in – the good thing, and I'll say this again when we get to another team, is this is the draft to replace wide receivers if you lost one, but Davante Adams is just irreplaceable.
Yeah, you can't replace Davante Adams, so no. Talk about another quarterback, man, which I'm glad. I'm happy about this one, man. I'm so glad he's out of the division, man. Russell Wilson, man, to the Broncos. Man, that brings me joy, man, to have him out of that division, man, because he was a stickler, man. He always got us. But I think going to the Broncos is a beautiful thing for him because they have some good receivers. Now, I will say this, though. Yeah. It's up to the receivers to show out now because you don't have an excuse now.
It ain't Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater. Right.
Now you got to show up and you got to show out. It's up to those receivers to do that work now. But I think Russ can lift them up, and I think they'll allow Russ to actually throw the football because that's what he wants to do. So,
but here's going to be the problem. My personal problem is Russ going to the AFC West. We talked about this offline. Ooh. The AFC West is going to be a monster division.
Oh my gosh!
Last year, the NFC West got 3 teams in the playoffs. This year, you're going to see the AFC West do the same thing.
Definitely.
Because but here's the thing. I still say the Broncos are the worst team in the division. Even adding Russell Wilson to that team, I don't think they have a really solid defense. He gives them some legitimacy at quarterback, but everybody in the AFC West has gotten significantly better in the offseason, with the exception of maybe the Chiefs with today's news. Yes, but I think the Chiefs were so far above the rest of the division. This pretty much brought the Chargers and the Raiders to the level where the Chiefs are. The Broncos were dead last, and if looking top to bottom rosters, I think they're still last in that division. They're going to be a good last, but I think they're still last in that division.
I don't agree with you on that one.
Of course you don't.
It's no hate aside. It's no hate.
You're about to say, because with the words about to come out of your mouth, I know it's hate coming. Go ahead.
It's no hate.
Who's the worst team in the division now?
Kansas City.
Hate.
And that's not hate. It's just that's more. Salt. It's a really good. It's a really good division, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh yeah.
All right, think about this. Juju, when he was the number 1 receiver in Pittsburgh, did not show that he could be a number 1 receiver.
Right.
McCall
Hardman last year was
could
terrible.
Not show that he was a number 1 receiver.
Yeah. I got it. Salty.
Our producer is calling you on your salt, but I'm gonna let you finish your argument.
It's not salty. I'm just saying. Think about this. If
salt.
they don't go out there and get at least another receiver,
Mm-hmm.
just say a OBJ or something like that.
Yeah.
Just say a OBJ. They go get OBJ, that's something different. But right now, the Broncos have a better receiving core than Kansas City.
They do.
And Kansas City defense is not that great anyway. So
their defense is terrible.
So let's be real now. So I mean, if you really want to say that, it's what it is. I mean, Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes. I'm not hating on Pat Mahomes. I'm just saying right now they're gonna double team Kelsey because they know that's the safety blanket. But nobody is not coming out of that tunnel saying Juju is gonna go off today. We gotta stop Juju. Or we gotta stop Kohar. Nobody's saying that. All they saying, they're gonna say, well, you know what? We're gonna lock both of these guys down, we're gonna double team Kelsey, and we're gonna force them to run the football or something like that, something of that nature. I'm not saying it's just a strong division, man.
It's remarkably strong, and being last place in the AFC West it's not a shake on anybody because someone's got to finish last.
Somebody got to
finish
last.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you think Kansas City is the worst team in that division, you ain't been watching Kansas City the last few years. They have the best coach in the AFC West with Andy Reid. Okay. They've got the best quarterback in the AFC West with Patrick Mahomes.
So let me ask you this:
Wait! I let you do your thing. Let me do my thing. So they got the best coach. They got the best quarterback. They have the best tight end. Hill was a big part of the offense, but Travis Kelce is the engine behind the Chiefs' offense. He's still there. He's still 1,000-yard reception guaranteed every year. Now, what I do agree with you is Juju Smith-Schuster is no Tyreek Hill. We saw McCole Hardman last year as the number 2, and it was very disappointing. Very disappointing because I think we both had pretty high expectations from McCole Hardman last year as the number 2. It didn't work out.
Okay.
But what Tyreek Hill does for that offense is replaceable. He's not, because his speed and time, he's an awesome wide receiver. But what he gave to the offense, they can find somebody to replace. I'd already talked about the wide receiver draft this year is deep. What's up, Justin?
Justin?
Welcome to the show. But what the Chiefs are going to have an easier time replacing Tyreek Hill than the Packers are going to have replacing Devontae Adams. So, but they can get enough, I think, out of that offense with Tyreek Hill going to still. I'm not saying the Chiefs are the best team in the division anymore. Of course, I'm gonna say that's the Raiders. But
I mean, that's what I'm about to say. Because think about it.
They're not the worst.
You got to think about, okay, if you asking yourself, are you taking the Raiders receiver core with Waller, Adams,
wide receiver core? The Raiders is the best right now.
And then we talking, if you want to throw in running backs. Y'all running back is better than the Chiefs running back.
I think we're better than the Chiefs.
If you want to say the Chargers have Mike Williams. They have.
Did you just say Mike Williams? Get out of here. Show's over. You don't like Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. I don't have to like him to talk about him. But Mike Williams, the first 8 games was wide receiver
and disappeared the rest of the season.
He got hurt. So when he got hurt, he disappeared. So I would give you that.
Is this the first time we've seen Mike Williams disappear for almost a whole season?
Not even. But what I'm saying is they got 2 good receivers. They got a great running back.
Yes, they do.
And they got a half decent tight end.
The Chargers.
They got a half decent tight end.
They got Everett in there again. So
he's got half decent.
Okay.
And they got a really, really good defense. Their defense is.
They got a better defense with the signings they did. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that defense is gonna be crazy this year.
Yeah.
So you got the Chargers, and you got y'all. Then you got Denver, who you add Russell Wilson.
Explain to me how hold on, wait. First, welcome to the show, Tony. I see you out there, and responded to Justin Adams. I honestly thought he was going to end up being a Jet more close than I thought he was going to be a Dolphin.
Did you just say that?
See, I'm giving you props, Justin, and you're going to treat me like this. The Chiefs do not own the Raiders. We've been close and competitive with the Raiders the last couple of years, and this year we about to take over that division. But continue your lie about how somehow Russell Wilson makes the Broncos better than the Chiefs. I'm listening.
I mean, let me finish.
Yeah, finish.
Okay, is the running back who got the better running back?
I would say Javonte Williams if Javonte Williams is free to be Javonte Williams.
Okay, is Judy better than Juju?
I would say yeah.
Okay, is Cortland Sutton better than McCole Hardman?
Not based off last year. Now, if we base it off, if he comes last year, it was his first year coming back off a serious injury.
Yes.
So perhaps I'm going to say perhaps.
Okay, but let's say the year before that, Cortland Sutton he's a better receiver than McCole Hardman, right? I'm
not willing to say that yet.
Okay,
I'm not willing to say that one.
Denver has a better defense.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you that one.
Can I mean, I can keep going there.
Please do. I'm waiting because you haven't convinced me yet.
The only thing that Denver doesn't have is Pat Mahomes. And I feel like Russell Wilson, if he's allowed to play up to the level and throw the football, which he said he's not been in Seattle, but
yeah, I think they're going to definitely let him rip it out there in Denver.
Yeah, so if they allow him to do it, that defense alone in that offense in that running game, if you put it all together, that is probably a better team than Kansas City. And that's not hate. That's just straight football talk. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. Like, unless they get some good receivers out there.
Which they will. This receiving class is stacked. And they still can sign somebody.
I'm just saying that defense, those three teams I feel like right now are ahead of Kansas City at the moment.
I heard salt. But
you know what's sad? What's sad as a Raiders fan for you still defend Kansas City.
I defend a good team, and there's no way. And welcome my father to the show. I see you, Tony. I see you, Justin. I see my dad there. Y'all tell me if Denver is better than the Chiefs paper, right now.
On paper,
y'all put it in the comments. Let me know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I've watched both of these teams play, and I've seen Russell Wilson play football, and he's going to be a big improvement over Teddy Bridgewater or Drew Lock. I think their offense is going to be much improved over last year. Overall, top to bottom rosters, I would still give the advantage to the Chiefs.
Outside of Mahomes and Kelsey, you cannot say anything else because they lost. They lost your safety. They lost their end. They lost their linebacker. Their defense is complete. They was terrible last year.
Their defense has been terrible since I remember. You named the last defense of the Chiefs that was good, and you're going back in the 90s. Yeah, exactly.
So you telling
you gotta have Derek Thomas alive to talk about a good Chiefs defense.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not even.
And the only reason that McCole Hardman went off every now and then and Pringle went off every now and then is because you had Kelsey and Hill in the game with you.
The audience is voting in so far. Justin says he'd rather have Kansas City until Denver shows something different.
Justin is a Jets fan. Let's be real.
What does that have to do with the AFC West?
They haven't won. He doesn't know any better. He's a Jets fan. Let's be real.
Yo, the Jets. Hey, the Jets are about to get good, I think. So Justin. So in last place, you're thinking the Chiefs aren't making the playoffs. Okay.
Yeah, only 3 teams are making the playoffs from the AFC West.
Tony just chimed in. Tony says it's the Chiefs.
Really? Tony is a Washington Commanders.
Nobody is buying the bull that you're shoveling.
That's not right. Because let me tell you something.
Right.
Tony Washington Commanders, Redskins football team, whatever they've been calling themselves, hasn't made a playoff in probably 5 to 6 years. So Tony, I need you to cut that out, bro. You only saying that because of Mahomes, but y'all not looking at the full slate. They have no receivers. None. Pringles?
0?
Pringles
gone.
Are you going?
Pringle is no longer with the team.
Worse. Pringle's gone, so you telling me Juju, who gonna TikTok dance on the field most of the time? So let's be real now, man.
They might pull Patrick Mahomes' brother out on the field. Who knows? He might have some.
He worry about TikToking more than anything, brother. Stop it. Come on. McCole Hardman can't catch a cold, let alone stop it, bro.
McCole Hardman disappointed last year. I give you that. But I'm going to give McCole Hardman the benefit of the doubt that this year he's going to do better. He's going to have to be better. And I think he's going to get he's the fastest dude on the team right now. So a lot of the stuff that Tyreek Hill was doing in that offense last year is going to go because you're not going to put Juju in that position that Tyreek Hill was. So
again, Juju with AB was good. Juju without AB was terrible. I don't care if it's quarterback or not.
Juju with Ben Roethlisberger broken down was terrible. Juju with Patrick Mahomes is going to be a completely different story. How much better was OBJ when he left Baker Mayfield and went to Matthew Stafford? Mayfield. The quarterback can make a receiver better, Patrick Mahomes is going to make Juju much better.
Baker Mayfield on 5 toes, bro. Yeah. Stop it. You can't even sit here and compare the two.
I can compare changing quarterbacks can make you better at wide receiver.
The next, that wasn't a really broke down Ben Roethlisberger. When AB left, Juju became the man, and Juju didn't live up to it. That's what I'm telling you. What you think Juju gonna do out there? Nothing. Absolutely. Don't worry, because we play in so many leagues together, and I want you to draft Juju. I really want you to go and say Juju.
When did I say I was drafting Juju? By the way, I would draft Juju, but when did I say I was going to draft Juju?
Let me tell you something.
I'm saying Juju.
Unless they bring in a Julio
plain and simple. All right, plain and simple. Take the whole are the Chiefs good or bad out of the argument. You tell me which one is Juju better with? Ben Roethlisberger the past 2 years, or Mahomes this year?
But the thing is about Juju can't get off of coverage. That's the problem. He cannot get off of coverage. He can't get separation. Nobody's scared of Juju. That's what I'm telling you.
Juju was not a number one dude. I'm going to give you that. Justin coming in, Mahomes much better, greater than Big Ben.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm a huge, me and Justin are homies. But this is the same guy that says LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. So I can't take nothing he say really seriously at this point in my life. So at the end of the day, Mahomes, yes, it's better than Big Ben, but what I'm telling you is it's not about Mahomes. It's about Juju. And Juju can't get separation.
Juju, here's the other part about this that you neglect when you have the salt control in your life. And
okay.
Can I tell you what you're missing first?
No, go ahead. I got you.
You're also missing the fact that with the Steelers, Juju was expected to be that dude. He doesn't have that weight on him because who did I say runs the Chiefs offense? Travis Kelce. Oh my gosh. You tell me Justin doesn't know his stuff. He just, as the words were coming out of my mouth, he put it in the comments. Travis Kelce is the dude that makes the Chiefs offense run.
And I'm going to tell you this. Juju, first of all, this is the thing. Kelce is going to get double teamed the whole entire
They already did. Do you know how much attention Travis Kelce got?
They're going to triple team him because they have nothing else to throw to. Can I give you stats? First of all, the 1 year that AB was there and they were playing together, Juju had 1,426 yards. The year that AB left, he had 552 yards. So don't give me that.
And you went right back to the argument that Justin and I just let you know Juju is not the number one target with this team.
Listening to me, they're gonna triple team Kelce because they know.
How much coverage do they put on Travis Kelce now? How much coverage did they put? I was looking at something today about Davante Adams. They had him triple teamed, and you know what Davante Adams still does? Get open. So the point is, Juju doesn't have the pressure of being the number one wide receiver with the Chiefs.
It's not happening. I'm putting it out there now. The Chiefs will finish in last place.
Okay.
This year.
We're gonna mark the show, everybody. It is March 23rd, 2022. Rodney just had the dumbest thing ever said on this show. The Chiefs are gonna be in last place. We're gonna find out because the season. It's the wild off season, but the season will get played, and we're gonna see.
That's right. The Chiefs will have 8 losses since you want to talk. The Chiefs will have 8 losses, and I'm calling it right here. Let's go.
Let's change the subject because you are completely delusional. Let me go back to the fact about the Raiders being the greatest team in the AFC West because that part you do have right. And here's the thing: we did our too early lists the last time we were on, and you had Derek Carr. You had Derek Carr in your top 10. I did not have Derek Carr in mine.
You need to apologize.
But guess who's in my top 10 today.
Yeah, exactly.
With Devontae Adams, Derek Carr becomes a top 10. In fact, we're not doing bold predictions yet, but I'm gonna give you my bold prediction today. Derek Carr will be a top 5 quarterback this year because he's already been doing 4,000. But what Devontae Adams does for that offense is get them in the reds. He's the best red zone target there is. And we're finally going to see Derek Carr put up the touchdowns. And apparently, Tony says you are Stephen A. Smith tonight.
I'm choosing balance tonight. That's what I'm doing. I'm choosing balance. Let's go.
Justin's also calling you out on the fact you think Montana's better than Tom Brady.
I'm always going to think that. What you talking about? It's called 4-0, and it's called Tom Brady has lost at least 2-3 Super Bowls. That's like saying
he got a lot of rings though.
4-0. That means he's undefeated. Undefeated means a lot more than losing, bro. Stop it. Do your math.
He got a lot of rings on his fingers. That's all I'm gonna say about Tom Brady.
Winning percentage means something.
Wild offseason. Let's talk about Tom Brady. He retired. We gave him a lot of love, and now he unretired.
He's back.
So Tom Brady was not in our top 10 quarterback list. We did. Is he in there now?
Tom Brady is number 1 on my list.
Whoa.
Number 1.
Uh-huh.
He's number 1 on my list now going forward. The man should have won the MVP last year over Aaron Rodgers because he had 1,000 yards more and 3 touchdowns more, and he had a better quarterbacking percentage. What I'm telling you is this: the man, even at his age, is still the number 1 ranked quarterback in fantasy right now. Period. Point blank. I'm leaving it at that.
I like your statement. I could not disagree more. I love Tom Brady, and I think Tom Brady coming back is going to be great. Welcome, Orlando Lewis, to the show. I'm glad you're listening. And Tom Brady is definitely in my top 10. I got to move some guys out of my top 10 just to remind the people. Last time we were on the last week, I said I had Josh Allen as my number 1 quarterback. Josh Allen's still my number 1. I had Patrick Mahomes as my 2.
No, he's dropping. He's dropping in my list.
I don't know if I can keep
him as my 2. I'm gonna stir some more problems because I like this. I am Stephen A. I am choosing balance tonight, people. Okay,
go with it.
I'm choosing balance.
I don't know if I have Patrick Mahomes as my 2 anymore. He might get jumped by who I had as Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. I still have Mahomes, I think, in my top 4, and I gotta put in my spot for Derek Carr because he'd be in there. But I'm dumping down, thanks to Tom Brady coming back, is Aaron Rodgers. He drops on my list. Dak Prescott, I think, is out of my top 10 altogether. Russell Wilson, I had in my top 10. He might be at the bottom, but I doubt it. I might have to see where I put him. And I had Trey Lance. Trey Lance is gone.
That's fine.
That's your boy, and I like the argument you made for him. But, yeah, he can't do it. Justin says he wants Tom Brady on his fantasy team. What round do you think you're taking Tom Brady?
In our league?
Well, in the 2 quarterback league we play in, but then go with a more standard kind of league.
In our league, a 2 quarterback, if I got the number 1 pick, I'm going Tom Brady.
Okay.
Right now. So this is my top 5 quarterbacks since all the movement has been going on. Tom Brady 1, Josh Allen 2, Justin Herbert 3, Joe Burrow 4, Patrick Mahomes 5.
Oh, you kept him in the top 5.
I kept him in the top 5 because for me,
Russell Wilson did get in the top 5. I just want to point that out.
Russell Wilson is at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's down there somewhere.
He's down there.
Yeah. I'm moving. I moved Patrick Mahomes down to 5 because Joe Burrow has better receivers.
Yeah, he has better receivers now. Yeah.
He has a better offense in whole, period. So does Justin Herbert. So does Josh Allen.
I don't know if I'm convinced on the Justin Herbert one, but yeah.
He threw for 5,000 yards last year.
Yeah, he did.
He has the weapons. The weapons are there.
I'm just saying, I don't know if I believe he has the better offense this year. Not yet.
Better running back, definitely.
Yeah.
Has a better running back.
I like Austin Eckler more so than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah.
I can't. I don't know why I'm forgetting this other receiver's name.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen is better than both receivers put together out there.
put together, no. But yeah,
you know what I mean.
But Keenan Allen is better. Yeah.
Yeah, Keenan Allen is better than Juju. He's better than McCole Hardman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. He's definitely better than both of those.
Mike Williams is definitely better than McCole Hardman. You can't even sit here and think twice.
For the first half of the season, he will be.
Yes, whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying that alone has put him right there in front of him. So, that's all I'm saying.
Justin coming for forget you with violence. Justin coming for violence. Not even talking football. Talk about my Bulls. That's hurtful.
But the thing is, he want to talk about the Bulls, but let's talk about the Lakers. And don't give me LeBron James' lead, but we ain't even gonna talk about. But I'm gonna leave you with this: LeBron James lead the league in scoring, but he's also losing games at the same time. So don't call me on this basketball thing. His team is terrible right now.
Yeah,
and he don't even play defense no more.
But the Bulls have had a problem beating the best teams. I give him that.
I give him that. But the thing about it is this: they're losing to weak teams in the NBA. So you can't even give me that, Justin. Tell them to start winning some games first before you even come me on this basketball tip.
Okay.
Come on. We're going to talk football, though. So, but what I'm saying is this. Derek Carr has moved up my list to 6.
I put him underneath Mahomes.
Matthew Stafford. He right under Matthew Stafford for me.
I put him above Matthew Stafford because Devontae Adams is that good.
I mean, but they... No Robert Woods, but they picked up.
They gave away Bobby Trees. That hurt my feelings because I love Robert Woods.
Robert
I love Robert Woods, but I kind of saw the writing on the wall for him. He went to Tennessee, and so Robert Woods has always been one of my favorite picks. I can't show the love for him this year because y'all know how I feel about Ryan Tannehill. So
yeah, we know your feelings on that. I got one for you.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan to the Colts. What's your feelings on that?
We talked about this, and we were talking about potential moves, and we liked Matt Ryan to the Colts because of that offensive line. My mom's watching; she's a Colts fan, and she was not happy at first because of Matt Ryan's record with the Falcons. But I say, with that offensive line, they'll be able to keep him up. I think he is a good upgrade. Not good enough to get in my top 10.
No, not even.
I think he's top 15, Matt Ryan. But what I really like about Matt Ryan is what he does for who? Michael Pittman Jr.
My gosh.
He just went up buckets. Yes. Yeah.
How do you feel about them if they add Julio Jones into the mix?
I like it on face value. I don't think Julio Jones is last year people expected stuff from Julio Jones. I think we mentioned Julio can't stay healthy right now.
That's true.
That's why I can't get too excited. I think for a few weeks it's exciting, but overall, unless they can really do something to get his old body working, I'm not that into Julio Jones anymore. I think he's a guy who's gone by.
Well, I actually like the move for Matt Ryan because I think he's an upgrade over Wentz, definitely. The O-line is the biggest thing for me.
That offensive line is what Matt Ryan needed.
Matt Ryan has not had a great O-line in God knows when. Like, I can't even remember the last
when
time.
When were they in that Super Bowl that year?
I think that's the last time he had a great O-line. So, with JT back there, Pittman, and I think if they can get another good young receiver in the draft to complement Pittman, I think they're gonna be good. I like this move. I like the cap hit was kind of crazy, but it was kind of crazy. At $47 million, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I like the move. I do. I think the Colts now, can they win that division?
I think they should have last. The fact that the Colts missed the playoffs last year is a pox upon them because even with Derrick Henry being out, I mean, I guess that should have helped because Derrick Henry being out, you'd think they would have been able to be better than the Titans.
Yeah, definitely.
The Colts just blew it at the end of that year, and so I have no explanation on how they missed the playoffs last year. I think they should definitely make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, definitely. They should win a division.
With Matt Ryan, an actual legitimate quarterback, the Colts should be a playoff team. More so than I think the Titans.
I
think so.
Tannehill is just he's so up and down, but he's more down and up. I like the Robert Woods move, but I don't think it favors.
I like the Robert Woods move. I don't think
it favors him as far as fantasy wise. I could be surprised. I'd be surprised if he do the numbers he would do in LA.
No,
which I don't think
he'd be anywhere than those numbers. No,
because that's a run heavy team.
I will say with Jared Goff, he was still able to do something, but I just don't see it happening with because like you said, the Titans are run heavy. It's Derrick Henry, unless Derrick Henry gets getting hurt again, which I hope doesn't happen. Just to ask a question about J.D. McKenzie. J.D. McKenzie is a Bama because he was supposed to be. I hope Tony is still watching it. He was leaving Washington, signed the papers to be with the Bills, if I remember correctly, and then like within 24 hours, like never mind, and decided to stay with the Washington Commanders.
Which I'm also upset with that because that hurts my boy's value.
Yeah. I was ready to go Antonio Gibson crazy.
Oh, yes.
Antonio Gibson on our too early list. He was in my top 10. And did he make yours? No. You don't have Antonio Gibson.
Because of that.
Because you felt that coming?
Make it. Yeah. Because, the thing is, I felt like they should have let McKenzie leave. Because
they should have showed him the door.
Gibson can do everything that JD can do.
Yeah,
he's a 3-down back. I don't understand why.
We were promised from Riverboat Ron that Antonio Gibson was going to be the next Christian McCaffrey, and putting in JD McKenzie again says that's not. Yeah. I don't think that's the case. Antonio Gibson, I love you. I still probably keep him in my top 10, but I'm not as excited about it as I was last year. I mean, before I thought McKenzie was gone, I should say.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah. So what do you do with Deshaun Watson in fantasy?
I was waiting for him to come up.
What are you doing with him being that he signed this enormous $230 million
guaranteed
deal?
$230 million guaranteed. And you combine it with Amari Cooper.
What are you doing with him? I'm hearing OBJ want to come back. I'm hearing Landry want to come back. If they get those three receivers together, I mean, we've seen what Deshaun can do with
nothing.
So let him get at least 3 bona fide good receivers. I mean, like the sky's the limit. Do you see? Because it's a 2-part question. How many games do you think he's serving as far as suspension?
Right.
And what is his? Do you think he'll eclipse that 5,000 yards again?
Not this year, because when going to your first question, how many games is he? I think bare minimum he's out 4 to 6 games, because that's been a lot of the general standard for similar-ish kind of things.
I think Ben got 4. Yeah, Ben got 4, but it went down to 3.
Yeah, so I think initially it's going to be said something like that, but yeah, it can. We've seen it get shorter. So, but I think you can probably count on maybe 4 games. I think someone's going to get a really good quarterback because like you said, we've seen Deshaun Watson. The criminal charges are gone. The civil case is still out there, and that notwithstanding, we've seen, like you said, we've seen who Deshaun Watson is, and if he has quality receivers, which he's never really had. He had a nuke. But, we've seen him play for a few years without Nuke, and he was still just a monster. And so with this one, I have no doubt he's going to go back to being good. Mm-hmm. But for this year, I'm not a big fan because of the penalty. But I think someone's going to get a quarterback because he's not going to be in the top 10. He wouldn't be in my top 10. If I'm drafting him, I'm trying to think. I think sort of like where Jameis Winston kind of went last year when you had that uncertainty about whether he's going to be the quarterback. This is a completely different situation. But you have the thing where you don't really know how many games you're going to get with him. So there's a lot of really talented quarterbacks in the league this year. I think Deshaun Watson would be one of them overall. He should be doing good things for Cleveland. For my fantasy football taste, I'm staying away this year because I would say I draft him maybe if I'm going to reach, I go Deshaun Watson in the 7th round not in our 2 quarterback heavy, but in a regular I would reach for maybe Deshaun Watson no earlier than the 7th round. Some people are gonna say, no, you should go get him higher and just get a backup or somebody. For me, there's just so many talented quarterbacks with talented rosters that I think you can pick before Deshaun Watson. But he's gonna beat all. It's been a year since he's played, but I don't really think there's gonna be too much rust coming off when he gets back. So I think he's gonna put up good numbers. 5,000 is too much considering the fact he's gonna miss a few games. But I would not be surprised if he got anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised about 4,000, even missing some games. Maybe in the high threes you could expect. Nick Chubb says he wants Nick Chubb. That's it. Yeah, if I'm talking about Cleveland, Nick Chubb is high on my list. 100%.
I'm gonna be honest.
Way more than picking Amari Cooper or Deshaun Watson.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I have never been a really big Nick Chubb fan, but Nick Chubb does do work, and I will give you that. My take on this is, I think he's gonna do 4 games. 4 games max for me. Yeah. But like for our league, in a 2-quarterback league, do you think somebody takes that risk?
I take him in the second. I don't take him in the first, but I take him in the second for that.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think somebody takes that risk on a wraparound to say, I will risk that 4 games? Yeah. And just get me a good third quarterback to
I think that's a good gamble, honestly.
I think it is too. Because if you wait any longer, he's not going to be there.
Yeah. In that league specifically, he ain't going to be past the second round.
Yeah,
I guarantee that.
He's gone. Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. Definitely.
Yeah. This is for a very it's a 2-quarterback, very pass-friendly league. On that one, he's not going past the second round.
And I feel like I could see somebody, like, I know you wouldn't do it. Yeah. I wouldn't do it, but I can see somebody actually going higher in that first round to go get him, to be honest with you. I just think at the end of the day, that 4-game suspension and the whole 22 cases, I don't want to get into that because we don't know what's going on with that. But I think they gave him the extra money to take care of that.
Did you see how they structured his contract?
Yes,
they did it. He has the $230 million guarantee, but the way they structured it this year, he can miss the game, and I think it's on like maybe $1 million or something. It's some incredibly low number. The way they did it this year
is I think he gets 60, either 59 or 60 million in a signing bonus, and he literally counts 1 million against the cap. So if he was to miss any game this year, it's like $55,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's so bare minimum. He's gonna get all his money as signing bonus.
Literally. Exactly.
So
they looked out for him.
They looked out for him, and I think they gave him the extra $48 million or something just for that situation with the 22.
Just for the suspension.
For the civil suit. So I think that's part of the reason. I see him doing. If he was to miss 4 games, I still see high threes. Yeah. High threes. Now, we don't know what they're going to do. They might say, hey, you set out the whole year last year. We're going to take that into account.
They could. They could do that to sort of shorten this. Yeah.
Shorten it just because of that, because you set out. And it's probably by his choice because he didn't want to play for him. Yeah. And it's some of Houston's too because they didn't want him to dress. So they might say, well, we might take that into account. Well, you set out all of last year. Yeah. We'll give you 3 games. Now, you telling me 3 games? I'm all in on it.
Right.
Be honest with you. I'm all in. 3 games. I can grab me a third quarterback. I'm okay with that. I ride with my third or second quarterback, whoever. If we play in a 1-quarterback league. But, yeah.
Do you have Cleveland as a playoff team this year?
Yeah, because I don't see Pittsburgh making it. Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh, Baltimore is in shambles. They don't know what they want to do with Lamar Jackson. Yeah, I do. I do think they make the playoffs this year.
Are they better than the Bengals?
Oh, man, that's a tough one there. That's a tough one. Are they better than the Bengals? I like the Bengals' offense way better than Cleveland's offense. Outside of Nick Chubb, I think Nick Chubb is better than Joe Mixon. But the receivers for the Bengals are better than the receivers for Cleveland. So I would say no, they're not better than the Bengals.
I think those. I'm with you. I think those are the 2 teams battling for the division.
Yeah.
Depending on how much better they get, how much time they have with Deshaun Watson as the quarterback, I think that they're going to compete. I see Justin saying the Ravens are going to be better than Cleveland. I want to believe that. I really do. I'm not going to lie to you. There was a lot wrong with the Ravens last year as well as their injuries and such. And I'm rooting for, we talk about a quarterback that you can get for the cheap. I'm thinking Lamar Jackson's going to fall based off last year. And I'm actually hoping for a really good bounce back year for Lamar Jackson. But I think that's going to be a lot on him for the Ravens to be better than Cleveland. I'm not willing to put my words on that yet. I think Cincinnati's still the prize of the AFC North. I think Cleveland's probably second, but I think the Ravens are right there with them, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens were better than Cleveland.
My only issue with the Ravens, even with Lamar, is this: you have, if you think about quarterbacks in each conference, the AFC, top to 1 to probably 10 or 1 to 12, their quarterbacks all can light you up for 300 yards. They're going to make it a passing game. So the question for me is, can Lamar keep up with that?
Yeah, that's in
those games. And for me, I don't think he can, because he relies on the run so much. Mm-hmm. His passing is not up to par against those other quarterbacks.
It has not been. Yeah. I'm not gonna put Lamar in the category of Joe Burrow or Deshaun Watson, assuming the Deshaun Watson we see is gonna matter. I say it's easily said that Lamar Jackson's gonna be better than Mitch Trubisky, who's now the projected starter for the Steelers. And Lamar Jackson has the potential. I think Lamar has the potential to have a better year than Deshaun Watson, but we have to see him pick it up a lot. Like you said, from passing, he has to pass better.
He has to throw in this day and time. 4,000 yards is like the minimum that you, even because it's 17 games now. So that extra game would allow you to even get that. He's not even cracking 3,500 yards. And see, he has to get 4,000 to even keep up with those guys. Them running heavy is really not going to change anything, because those guys
that changes.
They can get down the field within seconds by throwing the football down the field.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. I just don't. I think they finished last at this. Well, Pittsburgh finished last. Then it's the Ravens. Then I think it's Cincinnati and Cleveland. Cincinnati winning and Cleveland second. So
fantasy football. Deshaun Watson 4 game out. Lamar Jackson assuming 4 season. Which quarterback are you taking first?
Taking Deshaun.
You taking Deshaun first?
Yeah, I'm taking Deshaun, because I know when Deshaun come back, Deshaun is going to give me a little bit more passing. The way we play in our leagues, the passing thing is really, y'all understand, passing is really, really heavy over here. So it's worth gold, bro. Like, so you gotta have that guy. Lamar, for me, like, he only averages about 185 yards passing.
Yeah, so his passing is not why you pick Lamar Jackson. You're going Lamar Jackson assuming you're going to get the 1,000 yards rushing, and then you hope to God you get 3,000 yards passing to go with it. So, right, so you can at least get over 4,000 altogether. But for me, you also need those touchdowns, because you need rushing touchdowns with the passing ones. And I think today, if you ask me who am I going first, Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson, I'm going to go Lamar Jackson today.
Okay.
We'll see what that suspension ends up being for Deshaun Watson.
If it was me, I'm still going Deshaun, and I'm just gonna focus on getting another
when he gets
quarter.
Back. Yeah, when he goes.
Yeah, when he gets back, I'm going Deshaun. But if it's me, I'm focused on getting a third quarterback. I can slide in there.
Not mad at you. There's no wrong answer.
Yeah. But I will say this: Mitch Trubisky, he's better than Mitch Trubisky, but hands down, we need to talk about that.
I used to have hopes for Mitch Trubisky.
What do you put Jameis? Jameis
resigns with the Saints. I'm excited about that. They were 5-2 before he went out with his ACL injury. This year, they pretty much said that the Taysom Hill and quarterback thing that's done.
So glad about that.
Right, it should have never started, but This time Jameis is going to be the number one. For me, he's still not in the top 10 kind of list.
No.
He's I think near the 15 plus or minus 2 quarterbacks for me.
So I got a hot take.
Okay.
Let me know how you feel about this. With a healthy Jameis coming back
and a healthy Michael Thomas?
Healthy Michael Thomas coming back full season. Does Michael Thomas crack your top 10 receivers this year?
Nah. You know how I am about guys that miss, and that's the other thing that has me not as high on Deshaun Watson. When I don't see you play for a year, my mind doesn't automatically say, okay, you're going to go back to where you were. And so for me, I think Michael Thomas is a guy and the other thing that burnt me was I had Michael Thomas. I was picking a lot last year. I had Michael Thomas in like every league almost last year, and then having to drop him. So I'm a little bit bitter. I admit when my salt is there, and I'm a little bit salty about that one. Okay. So I can't put him in my high wide receiver category, but I'm going to pick Michael Thomas, hopefully as my wide receiver 2. Hoping to get wide receiver 1 numbers, especially with Jameis out there throwing it. Yeah.
I think my hot take is I think he's going to be not a top 5, but a bottom 5, which is around that 8, 9, 10-ish area. I think with Jameis Winston returning and Kamara, we don't know the situation with Alvin Kamara because he may be suspended for a couple games. We don't know. But I think if Alvin Kamara is not there, just say maximum 4 games. Yeah. I think they're going to throw the ball so much to stay in, and I think Michael Thomas is going to be relevant. Would I go as a number 1 receiver going to pick my? I don't think so, but I do think he's bottom 8, 9, 10 as the number 2.
The bottom half of the top 10.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that.
I'm looking at my early list. I had Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Debo, yo guy, Tyreek Hill. I still like even with the move to Miami, Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs. Then I get to someone's after move because DeAndre Hopkins I had in this list thinking he might have a resurgence. I'm not feeling that as much right now. I had Jalen Waddle. I think I bumped Jalen Waddle down, but on that, would I put Michael Thomas in that bottom half, like let's say around where I had DeAndre Hopkins at? Would I take a Michael Thomas there, or am I thinking of some other younger guys? It just feels like that might still be too. This is one of the ones where I kind of want to see a little bit of preseason because I think this year he might play more preseason since he missed.
Well, I think they're on good terms. They're on good terms. They say they're on good terms. He's healthy. So I think they say he's ready. He's ramping it up. He's ready to go. I have a good feeling about Michael Thomas this year for some reason. I don't know why, because I think because I know Jameis. I think they're gonna take the leash off of Jameis this year. They're gonna let him throw.
I don't know.
Well, Sean Payton didn't let him throw.
Yeah.
I think this new coach is gonna let him throw.
I think he'll throw more than he did last year, but I think they're still gonna kind of leash because I think they're still gonna be scared of the interceptions. But I'm trying to think in that top 10, there's still guys I didn't mention like CeeDee Lamb, who I like a lot more now that Amari Cooper's gone. I don't like DK Metcalf as much.
He's off my list
until we find something about the wide receiver. I like guys like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans more because Tom Brady's back. I think I take all of those guys before I start thinking. So for me, he's not top 10, but I probably have him around maybe 12. Like I said, 12 to 15 for Michael Thomas. I think he's. I might feel better as we get closer to the season starting and have more confidence in him playing. But it's set up that he should, especially like you said with Alvin Kamara out, he's going to be the offense, I think.
So that leads me to this, though. I mean, because I feel like so what does that take Tyreek Hill? Because I got Tyreek Hill in I got him at 7. But for me, with Tua, I think he slides down just a tad bit for me. And I know how they want to play because the coach came from our coaching staff.
Yeah.
They want to use him. Tua can't throw 20 yards down the field. Let's be real.
He can. I get where it's supposed to be. But
yeah, but let's be real.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do bubble screens,
yeah.
10 and outs, 5 and outs, small routes, those type of things. Does that affect Tyreek Hill on your list?
He ain't going to get the passes that he got from Patrick Mahomes. So Tyreek Hill is definitely affected. But I think what's going to make up for that is volume. And because I already had Jalen Waddle as my top 10, and that was based solely on volume. Now that Tyreek is here, I think a bulk of that volume is going to shift over to Tyreek Hill. So I still think he is worthy of a top 10 wide receiver spot. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't have him as high as I would have him with Patrick Mahomes. But I think Tyreek Hill takes the top 10 spot. Just off the volume he's going to get.
I mean, yeah, of course. You're not sliding him out of the top 10, no. Yeah. I had DK at 10.
Yeah.
But I'm sliding him out because of the quarterback situation.
Yeah. We got to see what happens there.
I had A.J. Brown around 11-ish. But I'm taking A.J. Brown. I just don't, this whole Tannehill thing. A.J. Brown, don't get me wrong, is a good receiver.
A.J. Brown is really good.
It's just, when he's healthy, he's good.
Yeah.
He's just not healthy most times. And Tannehill is not that great of a quarterback most times either. But
that's the problem.
I love CeeDee Lamb this year, though. I love CeeDee Lamb.
I was not big on CeeDee Lamb, but I'm with you now, yeah.
I love me some CeeDee Lamb this year. CeeDee Lamb with no Amari Cooper, hands down. You got me on that one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's going to be gone for most of the year, at least half of it.
Yeah, he's going to miss some injury time,
but I think Mike Evans is definitely going to be that guy he's going to get a lot of that stuff. No Gronk.
Well, maybe some Gronk.
Maybe some Gronk. Really?
Hey,
but we'll see.
Just because Tom's back, I think you see him there.
That's true. I give you that. That by all means, that's true. So I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I'm high on CeeDee Lamb this year. CeeDee Lamb, I am so high on him. It's all on Dak to make sure they make that work though. For me, but I'm high on CeeDee Lamb.
What do you think about they re-signed Michael Gallup, which you expect that, but they also picked up James Washington in Dallas. Do you think that keeps him still? Because one thing we liked about Dak Prescott was he had the trio of wide receivers. They still kind of have a trio.
Gallup it's the way they did it. It's like they flipped the coin and said, "All right, Lamar, you out. Gallup, you in." It's like they
it's not quite a coin flip. There's also the fact that Amari Cooper called Dak Prescott the Black Kirk Cousins, which I don't really think was a big insult.
No, he didn't win nothing. So
but there was some hurt feelings. There was some hurt feelings there.
Gallup, I like Gallup. He's a speedster guy.
Yeah.
And they felt CeeDee Lamb was the number one anyway. James Washington really don't do nothing for me. I think it's really going to be CeeDee Lamb's team.
Yeah.
Gallup is going to sprinkle in some plays, but Gallup hurt. He coming back from an ACL.
Yeah.
So he going to be I don't know how many games he going to miss, but I'm pretty sure he going to miss some start of the season just because he got injured late.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think it's CeeDee Lamb. He's going to benefit all of that. So, and they don't have a really good tight end, so.
Yeah, Angelo chimed in. Of course, with the Steelers talk, James Washington was good for 50-50 balls, but didn't get a lot of separation. Yeah.
That's the problem. He don't need separation.
But I think and this is sort of the role he had with the Steelers. He's the third guy because it's going to be, maybe even James Washington's the fourth guy because there's CeeDee Lamb, there's Mike Gallup when he gets back, and then there's also the tight end, Schultz.
Schultz, yeah.
So
I mean, he's the fourth guy on the wheel.
So he's kind of like the fourth one. So I think it kind of keeps Dak at a pretty good fantasy football choice. Probably not top 10 anymore, considering some of the other moves that we've seen. But he should be around 12.
I can see 11, 12-ish, 11 to 15, somewhere around there. He's still. I mean, the O line is still good. It's what they do at running back.
Yeah.
Can they get it together at running back? That's the main question, to be honest with you. Got one for you though, man. What are we doing with Baker Mayfield?
What are the Browns doing with Baker Mayfield?
What are we doing with Baker Mayfield? Baker Mayfield.
Has there been a guy with a tougher week than Baker Mayfield? He was getting no love. Then it was like, nah, we not letting you go. We keeping you. Then it was like, never mind. We letting you go again. And there's not a lot of positions left. So what is there? Perhaps the Seahawks job is out there.
Carolina.
The Panthers maybe. I'm starting to think they might give Sam Darnold another go since
why?
Because they just bought him in last year. He showed nothing to make you want to think.
Why?
But if I got to pick if I had to pick between Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, though, shoot me first. But
exactly.
I guess I go Sam Darnold because he's at least been with the team.
I
Maybe
think
I don't know, I think the problem of timing. If they were able to get Deshaun Watson sooner, maybe Baker Mayfield finds a home. But right now, there's not going to be a big demand for him. I don't think with the teams that are left that still need a quarterback. So he might be just back up somewhere.
I don't think it's timing. I think it's more skill level.
Yeah,
because
he's not good. Also, yeah. Well, he's not bad. I don't think Baker Mayfield is a bad quarterback. He's just not a really good one.
I'm just saying, it's the same situation with Matt Ryan. It was the same around the same time, and Matt Ryan found a home like that.
But Matt Ryan's way better.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's skill. It has nothing to do with the teams don't want him.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Teams, attitude. Too many commercials, don't practice well.
I love his commercials, though. he might want to focus on that. But
it's just, honestly, he's not a good quarterback at this point.
I think it's been a very glaring that there's nobody saying, hey, Baker, whatever. It was already last year where people's pops putting out videos of how many times Baker missed the wide receivers. And then since this whole fiasco happened, there ain't been a peep from any players in support of Baker Mayfield. So I think that tells you a little bit something, right?
It's a little rumbling around. They're saying that if he was to get released, that Pittsburgh would take a fly on him and bring him in, which I don't think that makes sense because
I'd take my chance with Trubisky. I see Angela said, Baker has to have a strong running game, like he had with Cleveland, because he's not. If you don't ask Baker to do a lot, that's why I say I don't think he's a bad quarterback. He's just not a really good. He's not the guy that's gonna. He had that run a couple of years ago at the end of the season where he was looking pretty decent, but a lot of that was because of the running game that's around him, and so he doesn't have to do when he can stay in his lane. He's not a bad option, but you got to have the right team, and I don't think the Seahawks or the Panthers have that team right now that Baker's going to come in and make a big difference.
I don't see. I mean, honestly, I see him coming in probably as a backup somewhere.
Yeah.
Once he does get released or cut or whatever, he's going to be a backup. Cleveland said they want a first-round pick for him, which is absurd.
Okay.
It's insane. But,
we were talking about it the other day. Matt Ryan was worth a third-round pick. And he's old, but still, he was only worth a third-round pick. There's no way there's going to be a first-round pick for him.
So I think he comes into camp as a backup. He tried to beat out somebody. Like Houston doesn't even want him because they feel like Davis Mills is the guy they want to build.
I would take my chance with Davis Mills. Yeah,
exactly.
As I said, that's crazy. Folks talking crazy. They're hoping that he's hoping the Steelers get Willis. That dude out of who I can't wait to talk the draft show because I love everything I see. You seen this week they were showing his pro day.
Yes.
Woo.
Oh my gosh.
Woo.
But the problem I just like how these people write up the narrative about that guy.
Yeah.
Is he needs a year to sit. That kid don't need a year to sit.
He needs the year to sit with certain teams, but the Steelers for me wouldn't be one of them. Am I going to sit him behind Mitch Trubisky? I mean,
personally, if
not for a year, maybe
if he gets
for,
drafted by Pittsburgh, I feel like he should start over Mitch Trubisky, hands down. Yeah. The kid is way better. Pittsburgh got a good defense. They got a good offense. I mean, O-line is they need to work on the O-line a little bit, but they got a good team, and I think he can thrive in that situation. I love Malik Willis. Malik Willis is going to be a really good player in this league, man, to be honest with you.
And as good as I think he will be with the Steelers, I kind of want to see him in Seattle, only because I think to me it's a waste for DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
Yes.
Right now they have Drew Lock as their starter. I mean,
I'm hearing Detroit, though.
As a fantasy football player, that has my heart hurting.
I'm hearing Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit's an option.
But
I'm not excited about that one, though. I wouldn't want to see him in Detroit. I'm sorry.
No, not Detroit. Don't put him in Detroit.
I would be happy with the Steelers because I love Mike Tomlin. And you say I always root for the Chiefs. Based on the fact that the Raiders always beat the Chiefs, and go check the recent years, Angelo, the Raiders always beat the Chiefs. I still root for. I mean, always not the Chiefs. I'm lying. Always beat the Steelers, but I secretly root for the Steelers as much as I secretly root for the Chiefs. So I would be happy to see Willis over there with the Steelers. I think I'd rather see him in Seattle only because they are just wasting talented wide receivers out there right now.
Yes, they are, and I feel like they got to get another quarterback. They can't go to war with Drew Lock. You can't sit here and tell me we going to war with Drew Lock. I can't believe it.
If you're telling me you're going to lose that war, then yeah.
Yeah, you can't tell me. We're gonna start Drew Lock all 17. It's no way you telling me that. I mean, no. Yeah.
Angela said he's actually would have him say he likes Trubisky this year. I was a big Trubisky guy for years with the Bears, and he always let me down when I needed him the most. So if Trubisky has a good year, I'd be happy because it was like, okay, at least it was the Bears and not him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been burnt so many times with Mitch Trubisky.
I mean, if you go on according to how Justin Fields played and how he was destroyed and sacked all them times last year, it could be on the Bears as to why he wasn't successful.
Yeah, it could. But I mean, Matt Nagy was the guy then. So
yeah. I think Trubisky sitting behind Josh Allen may have helped him this year coming up. So I think that'll be a big help.
Are you going to take a flyer on Trubisky if he's the quarterback for a full year?
If you need a quality third that's going to stay on the field, he's not going to get benched, that type of thing, I would. I have no problem with that. I think because they're going to run the ball anyway. They're going to run the ball 35 times anyway.
Then Najee Harris.
Najee Harris is going to run the ball. They can run the ball with Najee most of the time anyway. So I like it, but I still think Malik Willis can come in. If they allow them to battle it out in camp, I think Malik Willis.
I think he's more talented than Trubisky.
Yes, definitely.
But there is something to be said for that veteran presence. And that's the part where I says I don't know if I start Willis from the beginning of the year, but I wouldn't be surprised towards the end of the year if he's
makes sense.
If he's the guy.
And let's talk about somebody else.
All right, what are the teams are we leaving out from this offseason?
Man, I don't want to talk about this, but we got to, man. Jeez, man, this is.
Oh, we're gonna talk your team? Cause
oh my gosh, I don't want to.
Do y'all know the offseason started? Because I don't think the 49ers got the memo.
Man, look, man. Let me be honest with you, man. We still making moves. We just not making moves. We are.
Did I miss them? I'm looking. I was looking all day.
we signed some players today, man. But we kind of set at most positions, especially like at receivers and quarterbacks and running backs. We set. My biggest problem is this guy named Jimmy Garoppolo, man. I just don't. Bro, gosh. Geez.
Get it out. Vent.
Man, Lord. Look, man. I'm trying to keep my composure tonight, man. This been building up over the last couple weeks, man. how do you? First of all, he set the team up for failure. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because he didn't have surgery when we played Tennessee. When he initially got hurt,
Okay.
they took him out of the game and said, "You're not playing anymore. You're hurt. Go get surgery." Leave it at that.
Okay.
This guy waits to get surgery on June. No, I'm sorry. I got my days mixed up. I'm all told with this guy. But he goes to get surgery 16 days before the free agency starts. Nobody wants him.
No.
Nobody. John Lynch talking about we got 2 first.
They have an offer on the table for 2 second-round draft picks.
Stop lying.
That joke has been on the table since the end of the season.
Bruh, you do not have an offer on the table. Stop it. Nobody wants him.
Right.
All 31 teams have showed their hand to say, look, we do not want Jimmy Garoppolo. Y'all, what people don't realize, Jimmy Garoppolo has been, and I hate the narrative. I done heard this narrative. Jimmy Garoppolo is the only, at the time when Brady was retired for that little bit of time, that Jimmy Garoppolo is the only 2-time winning Super Bowl quarterback in the league, right? Can you please tell me when he won 2 Super Bowls? I'll wait. I have all day. Please. I'll wait. And then you got people saying, well, he led the 49ers to NFC Championship game. Last time I checked, he had 136 yards against Green Bay.
Raheem Mostert led them.
Raheem Mostert. So I'm trying to figure out, and then he's a 27.5 cap hit. And the reason he got surgery so late is because he added an extra $5 million for job security. So if we cut him, we got to pay him $7.5 million for an injury cut. So instead of saying, you know what, we're going to cut bait and just save whatever we can save, they're going to keep him on the roster. Explain that one to me, because I want to know why.
Y'all about to have a $27 million backup on your squad.
But it doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes no sense whatsoever.
He can't throw into July. So no one can see him throw into July. And then we just signed Nate Sudfeld, who's going to be the backup. And they just guaranteed him for $3 million.
Y'all got a $3 million third quarterback.
A quarterback that won't dress. So I'm trying to figure this out a little bit. So I did the math right. You got 27 for Jimmy. You got 3 for Sudfeld. That's 30. Trey's making 8.5. So you're telling me you got $38.5 million sitting in quarterbacks. How does that make any sense? And you telling me, well, we're going to hold out to see what we can get for him if somebody get hurt. Do you not look at the league? The league don't want him. They know what he is. The coach, I'm glad somebody came out and said, we don't want him because we don't know about the shoulder surgery. Right. The coach came out and said, I wish everybody be honest with John Lynch and say, look, bro, we don't want him. Now, if you cut him, definitely we might sign him as a backup. Right. But we're not trading you a second-round pick.
Not trading you anything
for Jimmy Garoppolo. It's not happening. I don't understand. Yeah. Trey Lance is going to start. We already know.
Yeah, I think you have to start.
He's hanging out with Shanahan. They going to concerts together. They chilling. Right. Jimmy G's salty, bro. You just need to say, I wish you were going. If it was me.
Well, if it was you, you would have cut him last year.
It ain't even that. If it was me and a team was trying to trade me for the last 3 years, can y'all please cut me? Because evidently y'all don't value me. Y'all don't want me. I feel that way. This guy's doing Subway commercials. Stop.
How did he get a commercial? Yeah, I was watching that.
Subway commercial. Because you know why?
I know there's another Italian football player they could have gotten to do that part. You could have
got a soccer player to do a Subway commercial or something. I mean, anybody but Jimmy. And the thing is this. Jimmy is not good.
No.
You got these guys on ESPN saying, you got one guy who used to be the ex-GM for the Jets. And he was like, man, it's no way I'm trading Jimmy Garoppolo because Trey Lance is not ready. How you know he ain't ready? Matter of fact, you don't have a GM job now because you sitting at ESPN talking about it. So you can't be that great at being a GM. So how do you know what's going on? Jimmy is complete, utterly trash, bro. He is trash. Everybody knows it. It's like him and Baker. They know him and Baker.
I put them in the very similar boats.
Basically, they're backup quarterbacks at this point of their career, and Matter of fact, they're in that Tyrod Taylor lane now. When Tyrod come in, no,
I put them
seriously,
a little bit of, but I have them as the same kind of guys. I
the
put them
same kind of
above
guy.
Tyrod Taylor, but Tyrod Taylor got a job, by the way.
Well, no, what I'm
but
saying,
but yeah,
this.
he's sort of, I see both of them, Baker and Jimmy G, as like bridge guys that you can have until you fill in with a real quarterback,
Because
like Trey Lance is right now.
And that's all Jimmy's gonna be. Jimmy can go to any. Say he go to Carolina, right? Just say he go to Carolina. They get rid of Donald. They gonna draft a quarterback. Yeah. Just hypothetically, they gonna draft a quarterback, a rookie, sit him for a year, and say, "All right, Jimmy, we need you to play however many games you gonna play this year because we know you're gonna get hurt."
But not last year. Last year he was playing through injuries.
But that's what I don't understand. If you go back to 2020 when he got hurt, he could have came back at week 12. He decided to sit out because
he had job security.
Yes, job security. But now he want to play through a season because if you didn't step on the field, Trey Lance was going to take your job
in a heartbeat.
So I be checking Twitter every day to see if something happened, bro.
Just wishing is he gone today?
Is he gone? Is he getting cut? And I'd be like, man, all the moves that was made the other day by quarterbacks, I was like, he got to be next. And it didn't happen. And I'm like, yo, this is terrible. He needs to be cut, bro. Like, he's killing us. That $27 million.
As a backup.
As a backup.
Yeah.
$27 million. I'm sorry,
That's your team.
Trey Lance starting next year. We good. I ain't worried about it. But I hope let him go play in the AFL or something. Jeez. I don't want him.
I think he'll stay in the NFL. But...
Jeez, he is terrible, man. He's a terrible quarterback, man.
Yeah.
So that's all I got, man.
All right, let's hit some lightning round stuff. Just really quick hits on some teams we didn't mention. We didn't talk about Allen Robinson to the Rams.
Allen Robinson.
You like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
He was a waste of a fantasy football pick last year. I pick him up this year.
Yeah. I think he's getting 100 targets.
Yeah. Ooh, big numbers.
I mean, him and Cooper Kupp getting 100 targets apiece. I can see that.
I'm going to just say this one because our man Justin watches the show. The Jets have C.J. Uzomah. That should be a thing that happens.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I kind of I mentioned when we did our too early, I had Uzomah in my top 10. And I actually like him better with the Jets than I do with the Bengals because, I think there's more opportunities.
They got a really good left guard in Lincoln Thomason. I think the Jets are going to be – it's all on Zach Wilson, though.
Yeah.
That's what it's all.
Yeah, that's going to be the big determining factor. And that's why I think that Tyreek Hill would have really helped him a bit. But there's some young talent with the Jets. So we'll see what happens there. We mentioned let's see, we did hit on the Titans. We talked about Woods. We didn't so much mention Austin Hooper, but I don't believe there's anything to mention there at all. Even. We talked about the Dolphins. We didn't talk about your boy Mustard though, Jordan. I just wanted to say, Myles Gaskins had the quickest fantasy ascension and the quickest collapse in the history, I think, of fantasy football. He went from a top 5 running back to irrelevant in no time flat.
I like Raheem going there.
Yeah.
Raheem has to stay healthy though.
Yeah.
That's part of his problem. But in that offense, he knows the offense. I think he can be good in that offense. You just can't give him the whole load. You can't expect him to be that 25.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds there. That should help.
So they're gonna split carries, which is good, and I like that a little bit. So
do you think Myles Gaskins finds a home, or is it he's just done?
I would be asked to be traded at that point, bro.
He has to. If he's not traded, they should just let him go.
Yeah, get me out of there. Yeah, it's not working. No, for me,
it's just not gonna happen. The Jaguars picking up Christian Kirk.
Too much money.
Way too much money.
Too much money.
Is he fantasy football relevant with Trevor Lawrence?
No.
Nah, not feeling it. I'm not getting the love. I've been burnt by Christian Kirk too many times when he was with a good team. If he's around very late near the end of the draft, I might roll the dice.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is targets. He will get targets.
Yeah.
Because he's the bona fide number 1 receiver now. So he
DJ
will
Sharks
retire.
with the Lions. How do you like that? Speaking
I
of,
love it.
since
love
he's
it.
to DJ Sharks not with the Jaguars, you like that?
I love DJ Chark in that offense because I like the other kid though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say raw. I think that hurts him a bit
No, it
because
don't. I
if
think
DJ
that kid
Chark is
gonna be
healthy,
good.
yeah,
I don't know, man. DJ Chark, them two together, I think both of them will eat.
I think they complement each other nicely. But Amon-Ra Ra was gonna get that volume. That I don't know if he gets as he should still be. I mean, it's Jared Goff, but he should still get some good volume. I like Amon-Ra Ra not as much as I liked him before DJ Chark got there, but I think they both should be fantasy relevant. What do you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think both. I got both of them. I love that young kid, St. Ross. I think he's gonna be the number one. He's gonna be good, and he's on my list to draft this year. I ain't gonna go high for him, but he's on my radar definitely.
All right, two more lightning hits. The Falcons with Mariota. Do you go Mariota fantasy football quarterback, third quarterback, or better?
Nah.
Yeah. Kyle Pitts is there, and I'm like, okay.
But they gonna double team Kyle Pitts because they have nothing at receiver. Unless they go out and draft some stuff, they have absolutely nothing. I mean, God, they worse than the Lions was last year.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So for me right now, I think they did re-sign Cordero Patterson, who was also good for the first part of last year.
But they gonna key on that too because they only got. I mean, we in the backfield he running. When he out, he getting the pass. They gonna key on that. I mean, that stuff they can key on because they don't have any other weapons. So yeah.
I already know your answer to this one, and this is if Tony's still watching. Carson Wentz with the Washington Football Team Commanders.
Ew.
I hate Carson Wentz for a couple of years now.
In that offense, he know the division. Jeez. I'm hesitant to say yes.
Oh, really?
I like it.
Okay.
I don't know how much better they're gonna be with him.
He does have Scary Terry.
He got Scary Terry. He got Gibson. He got the tight end. I kind of like it. I kind of like a little
resurgence. Better than last year, I think.
Better than last year.
Maybe better than last year. Because they're gonna lose a lot. I think he'll be throwing it more. They don't have the solid. Well, do they have? I don't think they have. They don't have Jonathan Taylor there. I'll tell you that much. As much as we like Antonio Gibson, so maybe they rely on Wentz more. Huh?
Yeah, I guess, man.
I don't think I'm taking a chance on him because, hey, I like you burnt me before, so we'll see. But yeah, I think that covers all the real teams that have been doing stuff.
I got one.
If you left them out, let us know. Yeah, what you
got? I got one before we leave. What are you doing with CMC? Come on, CMC.
What are the odds he's gonna miss like an entire? He ain't gonna be on my team. CMC sunk me in a couple of leads last year. Yeah. For me, he's a second round running back. I take a late second round. I take a flyer on. I say this. I take a flyer on him before I take a flyer on Saquon Barkley. But
I'm not
trying to touch either one unless I absolutely have to. They're both players I'm hoping that other people grab before I do. There you go.
Okay.
But CMC, just off him being Christian McCaffrey, I think he's gonna be gone second round. I don't think he's the first round guy anymore. Not for me. There's other running backs on it. For someone else that's gonna say, hey, he's done it. Good luck with that. That's all I'd say to you. Good luck with it.
Yeah, I'm not putting no stock in CMC this year. I can't do it. I'm not trusting that. I'm just not trusting that.
Yeah, me either.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't even. He burned me last year.
He burned me bad last year.
I had him last year. He burned me.
He burnt me actually 2 years in a row. So
one more, then I promise we out of here.
Oh yeah, no, you good.
Elijah Mitchell or Javonte Williams.
Ooh. Elijah Mitchell?
Yeah, I'm going Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
And that's no 49ers thing.
Hey, I call you a homer a lot. I'm not going to call you a homer on that one.
It's tough. I love me some Javonte Williams. You know that.
Yeah.
I think Mitchell. I think they go hand in hand, but I just think Mitchell probably gets the rock a little bit more than Javonte Williams would. So,
asking our thoughts on Matt Ryan. Yeah, she missed it.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I say that we like Matt Ryan with the Colts. He has a great offensive line around him. I think he's gonna be putting up numbers. We had him as what the middle 12, second tier,
15, something like that.
Around 15-ish, something like that for quarterbacks. So, Matt Ryan, I think is a really good pickup for the Colts. I think the Falcons are content sucking.
Yeah, oh my gosh, they're gonna suck.
They're gonna be so bad. If you thought the Falcons were bad last year, the Falcons are gonna be. I don't even know if I turn on my TV to watch a Falcons game. If they could be playing in my backyard, I'm gonna go look in the front yard because I don't want. Like no.
Are they winning the game this year?
Oh.
Are they winning the game this year?
By accident, sure. Just like, hey,
I'm saying.
Sometimes you just luck up, right? Well, hey, they do have to play the Panthers, so
twice.
Anything's possible, baby.
Man, that's a tough one there.
They're gonna struggle to win a game. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say that much.
Man,
the Panthers to me are their only hope.
I don't know, man. I don't see them winning the game, man.
I could easily see them going 0-17.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
But just out of accident, sometimes you luck up and you win something. It's hard to lose every game. But they have a roster that's capable of doing it.
Yeah.
They don't have an offense. They don't have a defense. Hey, Marcus Mariota had some good plays with the Raiders last year, but he's surrounded by nothing.
He has absolutely, positively nothing out there to say. I don't even know if Kyle Pitts is. He slides on my list.
He was 1,000-yard receiver last year, so I still have him ranked pretty high for tight ends.
Gosh, man,
I'm hoping I see something happen in the offseason. Just think about us with season tickets for the Birds. Oh, I'm scalping them tickets.
Look, hey, you know what's crazy? We play Atlanta in Atlanta this year.
Okay, there you go. My cousin has a ticket for sale.
Angela, I'm gonna have to holler at you, Angela, because you know I'm trying.
Hey, Atlanta's a beautiful place, so you know.
I'm trying to come to Atlanta to come see my boys play. I'm gonna have to holler at you because I'm gonna need like two, 3 tickets.
That's gonna be just I don't want no parts of it, but. I'm gonna go out. Bold prediction: the Falcons win a game this year. There we go. Wait till we get to our bold predictions. There's one.
I'm not going out on a limb like that, bro.
I put the over under for them is gonna be half a game. So it's just terrible.
Okay, I got one for you. Who win first, Seattle or Atlanta?
Seattle easily. I mean the division is harder, but as much as Drew Lock is terrible. He does have some talent, and let's pray to God that the Seahawks have a healthy running back. Anybody this year, then I say they have a shot. Yeah.
Rashad Penny back.
Okay.
Understand.
How many games has he played in his career?
Ooh, not many.
Not many.
Not many. He hasn't did many. You only can have one: Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson.
Jamar Chase.
Ooh, that was quick.
I know. I love. Hey, Jamar Chase is just beautiful, and I like his quarterback more than I like Kirk Cousins.
Devontae Adams or Jamar Chase?
Devontae Adams, get out of here! Come on, it's the I told you, the Raiders are
Debo
about to take over the AFC. We might go undefeated.
Debo or Diggs?
Debo. Just because Debo, what is he? A wide back?
He's a wide back, baby.
He's a wide back. Yes.
I'm so afraid people gonna steal Debo from me this year, bro.
Yeah, you better be ready.
It's a shame. I might have to go up super high to get him this year, man.
Yeah. He is top 5 wide receiver easily this year.
Y'all have to stay away from Debo. Just leave Debo alone for me, okay?
Okay. Good luck.
Leave him alone. Just let him be, man. Like he gotta come home, okay? He need to come home. I'll let you have Kelsey.
Hey, I would ring the bell for Kelsey until the day he retires.
You gotta stay away from Debo though, please, for my sake.
I don't even know who you're talking to right now.
There you go. That's good crap again. There you go. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
That's all I got, man. It was great being back, man. Great. I appreciate everybody that has commented tonight.
Thanks for everybody out there. Make sure you follow us on, our social media. Hit us up. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have the new Twitter page we showed earlier, or our personal Twitter pages. We'd love to hear from you, and put them in the comment section here. Hit us with any of your questions. Hey, it's been a wild off season, and there's still some guys out there. We're gonna see where the rest of these players go. And, get ready to do this again in about 3 weeks.
In the 3 weeks, we appreciate y'all. But like I say, we here. We ain't going nowhere. No, he didn't.
Justin had to get one more dig in before the show ended. Fading the Fins. I don't know about that. I think that might be Justin's hate.
Justin, it's all right. Look, man, you
because they made a lot more moves than the Jets have this offseason.
Justin is a friend of the show, so I get it. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
So, but definitely, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Let's get these numbers up.
Let's get that 100. I hear you, Justin.
Let's get that 100. So we just working, man. We grinding, and we'll see y'all in about 3 weeks, and then we just it's gonna be here before you know it.
All right.
So, all right, y'all take it easy.
Until then, y'all take it in. Peace.